All right, Royce Unchained today, presented by Summit Orthopedics. If you're dealing with any type of pain involved with your ankles, feet, back, anything at all, knees, neck, you name it, Summit Orthopedics can help. No referrals are needed at Summit Orthopedics. They offer same-day appointments, and they also offer walk-in orthopedic urgent care. Easy for me to say. 7 days a week starting at 8 a.m., 25 locations in the Twin Cities and greater Minnesota. Learn more at summitortho.com, summitortho.com. The Knicks are in pain last night after a trip to Target Center, Pat.
Yes, no contest, really. I don't think Tibbs has a very good team, do you? I mean, Brunson's very good, but they just work him like a dog, and Randall is erratic, and Robinson is hurt. He's been healthy this year. If you have him, they have a center, but
They're feisty. They're competitive, but they're not on the. This is crazy to say, but they're not on the Timberwolves level. I would say.
No, as the other guard, the one they got, the other Villanova guard, they got Hart. Has he been hurt or something? He's not playing, right?
Well, Emmanuel Quickly is a good player, and he was out there bouncing around last night. But they don't have the bodies to match up with this squad.
No, I'm getting very nervous here about my absolutely crazed hate of the Gobert trade. I still don't like the idea you're paying him $41 million on the way to 50, and you're going to have to get rid of somebody. But it's I think Finch is the Minnesota coach of the decade in any sport to make that work with those two guys at the way it's working right now, because I thought it was impossible to have Rudy but they figured out what to do with Rudy. Dunk. Just stand there and once in a while play defense, rebound, and once in a while we'll throw you a pass and you can dunk. And that's your shot, Rudy. That's your range right there. Dunk.
Yeah.
So it was 7 for 7 last night, and we're set 5 of them were dunks or something last night.
I think he had 3 dunks in the first quarter, I want to say.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's what they the one concern, I guess, is McDaniels can't stay healthy here now. He's hurt again. He left last night with an ankle. He missed the start of the season, and but I don't know. They look pretty good. They announced 18,000 again last night. I can't believe that I don't know what they're doing. They're distributing tickets in some fashion. I can't.
Well, you know what they did for last night's game and for tomorrow night's game. I got the email from, and I'm sure everyone else that's having issues with Bally's, like the Bally's app. So gave a couple weeks ago, they gave a $5 refund for the week just being kind of a wash. It's because it's $20 a month. So they say here's a free week. Here's $5 back in your account. And then they sent a link over the weekend. It said, hey, if you were impacted by Bally streaming issues, we want to make it up to you again by offering you free Timberwolves tickets for the Knicks or Sixers games this week at Target Center.
I didn't get this. Why didn't I get this?
Yes.
I bet you did. Did you check your Gmail?
I was checking.
Who signs up for your YouTube TV or no? What do you guys have? Cable?
He has Xfinity, so he's not through the Bally Sports streaming app. That's why.
Sorry,
I still got screwed last night. I couldn't get it.
Yeah,
the app has been. You couldn't get the game last night.
I could on TV, but I was trying to stream it and bet on my phone, and I couldn't get it.
Okay.
I had MSG with Wally Zerbiak on.
Dude, Wally was showing on the big board, signing a basketball, saying hi.
What is this? Is this Bally app still non-functional half the time or something?
Sounds like it. Yeah, yes, it is. It's funny. It worked for me last night, but it wasn't working a week ago. So yeah, it's a flip flop. Now the cable people can't get on now.
Thanksgiving. Maybe the madness for the Wild is Wolves isn't what we think it is. The Wednesday night before Thanksgiving is the greatest layup in sports marketing history. It's people come to the game, they leave after the third quarter, and they drink until they throw them out of the bar, and and it's always been thus. And they if they're having to give away free tickets for the Sixers are coming to town, and you have to give away free tickets. Maybe the madness isn't quite what we thought it was here, but the crowds are enthused, and that's what counts, I guess.
Yeah, they were mostly. I went through the portal just to see, okay, how is this? What's the catch, right? and I got to sort of the checkout point, and they were offering, it's all second level tickets.
Yeah,
and the lowest that I saw was like row K. So they were trying to fill the upper half of the upper sections. But
well, they've been. I had actually Chris Monter, who was a big attendee guy and a ticket guy, and he pays attention to discount tickets and the whole thing. Was telling me the other day about some of the hijinks they're pulling in order to get the arena full. But I guess
we're definitely tarping off certain parts of the arena too. So
yeah. Well, it was the most poorly designed arena in history. Let's put 2/3 of the seats upstairs. That was not a good idea. That was not a way to do it.
Still one of the most incredible things of all time in any design. How do you not tell the person who comes to you with that idea, you're fired?
Yes.
Let's just give you a bunch of upper deck seats. They're cheaper. Oh, okay.
Did we know it was like the late 80s though, right? Did we know what we were doing?
No, a lot of people. It was.
You weren't stupid.
All stadiums were stupid then. All arenas. We had, the baseball didn't change until Camden Yards was 92.
Yeah.
92.
The cookie cutter.
So everybody said, let's build this great big arena that's in a circle and get the people as far away from home plate as we possibly can. And then and basketball was the same. That's 19,000 seats. Come on. And we don't care if, I think this was based on 1970s economics, when people weren't making any money and they were more likely to sit and now they'd rather pay 3 times as much for a good seat as and even in the 1990s, you'd rather pay 3 times as much for a good seat as a bad seat.
And would you rather, let's say it costs you, if you're going to sit in row K of the second level, that's still going to cost you some money. And then you got to park. The ramp's going to hit you for $20 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you want to buy, it still winds up being an expensive night. Or you could just sit at home and watch on a 55, 70 inch flat screen TV with Jim
unless
Pete.
you're trying to Bally app. You're trying to Bally app. Then you don't.
Did you see what else they've done?
It's quite a death march for Bally here, isn't it? They're going out. They're going out without the guns blazing. That's for sure.
So I tweeted. So there was a note that Bally's sends out. If you tag them, give us your zip code, your mailing address or something, and we will fix this. I tweeted back, that's fine, I quit, but can you do something about the homerism of your announcers on Wild Games? I'd really appreciate that. I was ignored. I said, can you talk to your announcers?
Did we did get the Wild announcers on the plane, and they were in Sweden, right? They were
in Stockholm.
They weren't. They were back there. We got them on the plane. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you see though at Timberwolves games? Speaking of trying to create more seats, so they have reduced even further the media row. A long time ago they moved. Yeah. 20 years ago, all of the media would sit courtside, right? Pretty much. And then they reduced that and they put some more premium seats in. But they definitely left the TV broadcasters and the radio. But then they took the radio broadcasters, said.
Horton,
10 years ago,
Alan, Horton upstairs.
Sorry, I got to put you upstairs. This year, they have put both road and home TV upstairs above.
Yes, Jim Pete, the most honored analyst in Twin Cities, he's upstairs now too. But think of that disadvantage that is. Jim Pete knows all these guys. They're going to come over and talk to him before the tip-off, and you get probably pick up 4 nuggets of information when the teams are out there warming up, but you got them up in the booties to make an extra $20. These new owners are going to be a pain in the ass, I want to tell you. And they're going to wait about 2 years before they start telling us we need a new stadium, else we're moving someplace. But maybe not even that long. But it has nothing to do with the common folk anymore. That's for sure. These guys are good.
The team being good is perfect, though. This timing could not be more perfect for a transition.
Man, it is. Yeah.
What do we need? We need an arena with better locker rooms. Look at how good we are now. And it'll be That's probably true.
Let's go. Well,
let's do it.
And unfortunately, somebody's going to have to be gone by next year when your payroll is you got 75. You got 80 million invested in your two centers, right, for a year or something
And then
like that.
and what's Nas getting? 15 something, almost 20.
Yeah. Nas is kind of fallen off. The Nas crusade here is he hasn't. He's okay. Good. Not coming in and lighting up the arena like he was, and he's not.
Carl is the problem for Nas is you can't find him 30 minutes unless there's an injury. So
unless if Cat is pouting and fouling out and getting 3 fouls in the first 5 minutes, then he gets to play. But if Cat's playing like he is now, oof. Yeah. Hey, I don't know if they made the paper, but I saw Zagoda covered the game, and his early story that he had on the line was a lot of Tibbs quotes, heaping praise on Finch and the Timberwolves teams and how it takes time to get things together, and they did it with Gobert, and they've got Gobert and Towns figured out, and how Finch should get lots of credit for that. And so he was full of praise. He must have sensed he was going to get his arse kicked last night.
Yeah,
so.
That was before the game. I'm guessing those quotes were
before the game. Yeah, before the game.
And Tibbs would love some of these guys, right? Like Jaden McDaniels, just greasy defense.
Walker,
even Rudy, I think he would love just the defensive presence.
He'd like this team and Connolly. He'd love Connolly too.
Oh yeah,
he could just put him out there. Although Connolly instead of playing a nice 28 a night, it'd be playing 42. But at age 80. But anyway, yeah, it's amazing. They're best record in the West Division at the 13 game mark. That's only 15% of the season, but what the heck? It's working right now, and not at 100% full strength either. So
yeah,
wow.
Hey, last night there was another game going on, and the Chiefs had a double-digit lead. They had, I think, a 10-point lead, maybe at halftime, if I remember right. And then the Eagles come roaring back, or what's another word for roaring if you're an eagle? I don't know, squawking back. Yeah. And so, but the Eagles get the ball. All right, there's not much time left, but there's still like a minute or two, and Patrick Mahomes has a chance to drive in for a game-winning touchdown. And he throws not one. The first one to Valdez-Scantling was just this beautiful 50-yard floater
touchdown
right into his hands.
Another heartbreaking loss for the Eagles, just like the Super Bowl.
Yeah. But then, maybe even equally as impressive, on the ensuing 4th and 25, Mahomes lines up a laser beam 27 yards right into the hands of Justin Watson and bonk off his hands. It would have been a 4th and 25.
I don't even know. I was saying this the last week that every time he's sitting at home watching highlights of the day and he sees Tyreek Hill catching a 12-yard pass from Tua and turning it into a 60-yard touchdown, he's got to want to throw up, doesn't he? God. I mean, what's Tyreek scored 19 straight games or some dang thing? I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yes.
It's unbelievable. And he doesn't have they are not a good team, Kansas City. They got the great quarterback. And
their defense is good. Their defense
has gotten a lot better. Yeah, it got a lot better. But this is, I don't know. Because of Mahomes, they'll probably still be at least in the conference championship game. But they're not. It's just cost them too much money to keep all their great players, and now they had to pay Chris Jones again. And I don't know. Those Eagles are they're one in the modern NFL. Have one loss at this point of the season is pretty amazing.
It's pretty impressive.
So the incredible thing though is, did the Packers start a trend of you have a Hall of Fame quarterback, so you can just like pick 3 guys off the street to catch passes? Like, this is remarkable that you don't have one guy that Mahomes can
they do
rely on.
They do.
What's
Travis
that?
Kelce's the greatest tight end.
No, I'm talking a wide receiver.
Yeah, right.
I'm
I know,
talking
but when you pay your quarterback $50 million and your
That's
tight
the
end
problem.
is, like.
I think I'd skip on defense. I think I'd skip more on
it's a great.
I'd give him a receiver.
The parity loving. I think Judd just there. He is. The parity loving NFL though.
Yep.
In a way, they love this overpaying having to pay quarterbacks this ungodly amount of money because it keeps, if you have the best quarterback to go with the best players, financially, you're not going to have this parity you so cherish, right? So.
Yeah, and did you see the Brady quote that just came out? He was on a show and started talking about
Stephen A.
He told Stephen A, this league is not the league I played in. There's a lot of mediocre teams and blah, blah, blah. He started watching games.
Oh,
Tom
really?
Brady is now watching games and realizing, because he played and watched film of himself and his teams. He's watching games. This is this league. Mediocrity reigns.
I did have somebody text the Turkey chairman and suggest that Belichick should be an invitee this year because he hasn't done diddly without Tom Brady. That it was all Tom Brady, not Belichick. I don't buy that, but it'll be something.
We are going to make a run at it again here when you're gone to try and figure it out. So I'm going to add his name to the list for discussion purposes.
Yeah, he might get invited, but maybe he can be the guest speaker. He'd be a good rousing guest speaker, wouldn't he, Belichick?
The committee going?
A guy, a nice fellow like that. Nice,
is it written? Is it written yet? You have a draft?
I got a bunch of names written down here. I got to make a few more consultations. One of my consultants has become unsolicited but now valuable Ross Brendel.
Oh, yeah.
Ross is. Wow. So I've been having some feedback with Ross today. So
Ross is very much like a historical vault. You can both recent and long term. You can find a lot of knowledge.
I need a certain thing to fit in initials, and he's helping me come up with what would fit in these initials.
Okay,
look at how nuanced this is. You see, people don't know this.
A couple of years ago, when I wanted to get Trump, it became the turkeys revived under mandate of the public. It became they became the Trump Awards that year. So that's why I need something like that.
Yeah, I like it.
On another issue. So this isn't it. You don't just sit down and hack this out. This takes hours.
This is 12 months of.
This takes hours. I assumed I intend to start about noon, 1 o'clock, and it'll be 10 o'clock tonight before I'm done. I would guess.
Okay.
So it takes a long time. I have high standards here. So
that's why your high standards are why you go and get your cars where you get them, right?
Big fans of the Turkey Awards out there. They are turkeys, though. They've never been candidates for the Turkeys Award. I've never bought a turkey car for the from the Valley Group of GM dealers, Brett Paul and Jim Paul and all their fine, experienced salespeople. They got the experienced salespeople. They don't have the 22-year-old college kid who just says, I think I'll do this for a couple of years. They got experienced salespeople out there. Quite the holiday season. The holiday season really starts today. And what a better time to buy a car for the family, for yourself, for everybody else. These GM products are fantastic. The Buick SUVs, the Sierra trucks, and the prices are really good right now, and the interest rates are also very good. I saw 0.9 if you qualify for the truck, 1.9 if you qualify for the SUV. That's pretty amazing in these modern times. And Jim Paul, Brett Paul's Valley Group of GM dealers. Check them out in Apple Valley and Hastings. They're my guys.
Awesome. All right. Well, let you get back to hacking around the Turkey of the Year column here, Pat. And we'll keep our eyes on StarTribune.com and the hard copy.
I think they usually they've gotten to the point where they put it online about midnight on Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Waiting up late is a favorite.
But still, go buy your paper. Go buy your. But one day a week, it's great to pick up the paper.
Yeah. it's no fun when you just read it online. You got to go get the paper. But people, if you choose to comment at the Star Tribune, remember, this is not a world war. This is fun. Okay, have a good time. Read it, have a good time, get a few chuckles, and get on with life. Okay.
I think that's great advice for all sports commenting on all platforms. Yes.
All right, have a good Thursday. Have a good Thanksgiving Day, fellas.
All right, Pat.
See you, Royce.
Royce Unchained here on the eve, before the eve, I guess, of the turkey of the year.